Hi guys, welcome to the flight today, as we are with the 747-200 rocking the CF650 engines with the Air France livery, as we're going to do a flight from Marseille down to Lyon. As you can hear, the weather isn't very nice down here at all, as there is some storms in the area of the vicinity, as we're going to be leaving out for runway 13 left and arriving on 17 right. We'll vector ourselves on from the Vienna VOR and then get ourselves in for 17 right on for the VOR approach. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, leave your comments down below, and then we get inside the cockpit and start the aircraft up ready for our departure. Here we are now in the 747-200. We'll go over to the flight panel engineer side. We can get the APU which can be started, we get the galley power all on and checked. From there we go get the recirc with the gas bar on, we can get the standby power to manual on, which is checked. From there we get the second pack on. Auto trim can be selected, we can get the fourth hydraulic, cargo heat can go on to normal, which is also checked. We're going in for flight level of 2-2, so we go for 2-3 as we leave out on the departure today. Got one pump in, as you can see, which is on for the APU, and we get the rest of the aircraft fully lit up now and ready to go. So, can arm the emergency lights, no smoking, seatbelt signs which are checked. Master buses can go on as we align the IRS, ready for the INS to be up and programmed. Window heats can all go on, which are set and checked. Now the APU can be started up as we go ahead and get everything all ready for the INS, ready for us to leave. So going to the INS, going to quick align, as we're just waiting for the APU to come to life. It's just bouncing down now. Then once it does, we can switch over. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we're now running on the APU as we go down. Now get everything orderly. So we go to waypoint number 1 on the departure, which is going to take us to our top of climb, which we'll just use as for reference, which is north 43342. And we've got east 5140. Waypoint number 2 for Venta, north 3350. And it's going to give us east 5141. Waypoint number 3 for Dolly, which is north of 43426. And we've got east 5106. Waypoint number 4 for Sorg is north of 43530. And we've got east 5057. Coming in for waypoint 5 for Montelima, which is the end of the SID, is north of 44333. And it's going to give us east of 4468. Waypoint number 6, our top of descent from north of 44413. And that's going to give us east 4476. Waypoint number 7 for the Mike Lima 28, which is north of 45011. Then we've got east 4496. Waypoint number 8 for Moni, which is north of 45040. And we've got east 4500. Waypoint number 9 for Raleigh, which is north of 45105. And we've got east 4506. So that's it, we've got another 2 waypoints after that, but until then we'll wait until we get everything in. So the bleed area is now on, we can get the bleeds and everything all set and configured. And I would say now that we are ready for our departure as we leave out of the runway We're going to be leaving out of runway 13 left, which is going to be right here. So we're just going to taxi on out up Charlie, then make a left-hand turn. So what we can do is we can call the tug and get ready to leave.
So it's driving up.
Okay, so tug's now going to drive us up.
Battery on. APU panel. Check. Auxiliary power. Check. Engine oil quantity. Check. Fuel quantity.
Benny 1017.
74974 kilograms. Fuel panel. Wait.
1017, which is checked.
Check and set. Presentation controls. Check and set.
155 for rotate.
Lead controls.
166
Check
for V2.
and set. Hydraulic quantity.
15 degrees of
Check.
pitch.
Okay,
APR
all doors and hatches are closed.
Go
Ready
round.
to connect.
Circuit breakers. Check. Indicator light. Check. Electrical panel. Check and set. Air conditioning controls. Check and set. Fire control and wing overheat panels. Check and set. Equipment cooling. Check. Passenger oxygen. Check. Hydraulic panel. Check and set. Fuel jettison panel. Check. Ready to start the engine. Ready for engine start. Crew oxygen. On. Oxygen mask and regulator. Check and emergency off.
Stow connected and bypass pin inserted. Using parking brake.
Checklist completed.
Okay, so checklist is now completed. Parking brake is off. Chucks can now be disconnected as well.
Cockpit to ground, disconnect ground power. Cockpit to ground, remove the chocks.
Now we get ready for push.
Starting
Ground power
pushback. Can you may start engines?
Chocks removed.
Okay, so we can now start the engines. So we're going to go for engines 1 and 2.
Starting engine 1.
Start valve open.
Starting engine 2.
Start valve open.
Okay, so as we go check now, we can see N2 coming in for 1 and 2. We'll go outside and take a closer look. So as engine number 1 and 2 are now stabilising, we'll wait for the call
Engine
out.
stabilised.
Engine stabilised, now we'll go for engine number
Starting
3.
engine 3.
Start valve open.
Starting engine 4.
Start valve open.
Okay, N2's increasing now for 3 and 4, and we'll go inside and get closer. And 4 comes over to stabilise. Anti-skid can be now turned on. Body gear steering can be armed. Propees can be turned on, which are checked now, as we've got 3, 4, 1 and 2 already and set. Start valves can go
Operation
over.
complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake, which is also set.
Disconnecting tow. Standby.
Okay, so relay switches can be switched over, which are checked. The APU can be turned off. The bleed air also can be turned off. Back scan number 2 can stay on. 1, 2, 3 and 4 for the hydraulics, which are checked and confirmed. confirmed, and we'll go for our after start checklist.
After start checklist.
Flight recorder.
On.
Start switches.
Off.
Beacon lights.
On.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Start levers.
Idle detent.
Engine anti-ice.
Off.
Electrical panel. Let's see.
Story disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time on other side flight.
Hydraulic panel. Check. Flight recorder. On. After start checklist completed.
Okay, so flaps 10 can go in.
Check. Taxi checklist completed.
So taxi checklist is now complete, we are ready to go. So what we can do is we can release the brakes. And we can power on up to runway 13 at left. We're going to be going up to Golf 1 before we rise through. Just as we do that, we'll get the resets all on. That's what we can go on. As we're still waiting for dawn to come in. So as you can see, we're going to be taking a left-hand turn. As we then come out onto the main taxiway and be ready to go. So we're going to cut across, hold it up through Golf 4, which will then take us all the way around. We've got 166 of V2, which is going to bring us out on a plus 15, which is going to be a 181. As you can see, we've got rain as well with Xenviro. The weather's not very nice at all. Leaving out Zurich is off. We've got flaps 10 coming out on the departure. We're going to fly it all the way up now. So we're looking at a 181 and for V2 plus 15, which is checked. EPR is set for go around. Takeoff dry won't be used today. 1017, which we'll just confirm as we get ready to leave. Taxi out to the end now, and we'll get ready to go. QNH 1017, 1090, and 22 knots on our speed. I've got rain broken at 4,200 and 5,000, overcast at 6,200. As we get ready to go, it's becoming 100, 20 knots, gusting at 35. Get the aircraft all ready to go. So we're going to taxi all the way down to the end, then we're going to swing around and get ready to go. We check down on for distance, 7 nautical miles. We'll switch over. Once we leave out on the departure, we have got the 132 leaving out on there. And 132, which is set. Heading is also in, so we can go to our before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist.
Icing considerations.
Check.
Cabin alert.
Check.
Transponder.
Check.
Ignition.
Light start.
Body gear steering.
Damn.
Checked.
Back valves. Closed. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Fuel boost pumps. On. Cross feed valves. Check. Before takeoff checklist completed.
Okay, so before takeoff checklist is now complete. Strobes are on as we get ready to cross over from Charlie 1. So, cabin crew, take your seats for departure. So here we are now at 1-3 left, ready to go. Got all of our wipers on high, landing lights can now come on. Once we leave out, as you can see, the aircraft is ready to leave. We're going to leave out onto the 132, and then we're going to start to switch the INS on, ready for us to go. So, leave it out just to double check. We had 155 for rotate. So parking brake is released. We can now power on up to 40%. Push forward on column. Stabilised. And turbo.
Cross set.
Yes, we
80 knots.
Check. Stabilised now, I'm just following out onto 132. Keeping control, following the flight director, gear is up now as we climb out, hold on to our V2 as we just lower down on our pitch just a little. Gear is now up and off, which is confirmed as we now switch on the INS. And we'll go in for a right hand turn now. There we go, all set, to line up. Once we get in for a flaps 5, then get the aircraft fully stabilised for our speed, and we can start to retreat the flaps just a little bit. Everyone's handling lovely and smooth. So just rotate now, and our pitch just a little more. As flaps 5 is going to come in, we're going to lose a little bit of drag, so flaps 5 can now come in. Reset. As we drop down on our pitch, we're just going to climb over, which is set. Now we'll make that left hand turn as we come through, so as we just lower the pitch to get the flaps in, the aircraft will now start to speed up. As we follow the INS, out on the departure, just climbing roughly, maybe just over 1,000 feet. This flaps 1 just about to come through. following the INS on the flight director. Trimming, and the aircraft is lovely and stable as we just trim the aircraft off. There's the first one, and now increase on the pitch just a little, and now turn the wipers off, charge checked, go overhead now, and just get all the packs back on.
Landing and local lights. Ignition. Check. Seatbelts and no smoking sign. Check. Back valves. Open. Fuel lead. This.
Okay, fuel lead is to auto.
Auto. After takeoff checklist completed.
It was just checked. So as we now climb up through 11,200 feet, we'll allow the aircraft now to come through for around 300. Exit 320 as we're going up full flight level 220. Very quick departure route as we're now travelling from waypoint 2 to 3 on the sit out. We're only getting for the Montreal VOR. Montreal VOR is on the charts, the 11365, which is in 74 nautical miles. We see over on the Avital as we're just moving across. We're going to go from 2 to 3 up to Donlev. So as we're 20 nautical miles away now, as we go from 2 to 3, which is to Donlev, we're then going to move forward as our desired track now is 359. Just checked as we're now just making our way up. Can hold in for 280. Take 29, go to IES, now the aircraft can start to climb. Through 14,300 feet, set QNH is back to 1013, which is 2992. And 2992, which is checked. And we are all now ready to rock and roll, guys. So what we're going to do is I'm going to leave you with the takeoff cinematics, and I'll see when we get back for our top of December. It's coming for Lyon, as the weather is not looking very good in for the arrival. And to quickly show you the arrival, once we come through, basically coming down on the Montreal arrival, we get to Addons from Montreal, which is 11365, which we've not set in. Once we get to Addons, we're then going to break our way onto the 358 to the VN 108.2. From there we're going to track outbound onto the 355, which is going to bring us all the way around onto the 168. As we follow that outbound, we're then going to track it up and then cross it over to Tallinn onto the 090. So that's the arrival. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you when we get back into the cockpit. descent. As we can check down on our flight, we're going to be moving from Montreal, which is 11365, which is going to be passing that now. As we need to be doing 45 from the Lima Sierra Echo. Once we get there, we need to be next 250 and below 140, so we can now start to tune in as we go down to 12,000, which will set in as on our next marker at 220. Okay, going from there 120 above, so we say for 13,000. So I should select time, not to have overall speed. We're down to around 2,000 feet per minute. We don't need to descend too rapidly. As we can now switch into speed, go around to the go around. And we can now get the aircraft fully ready to come down. So 66 nautical miles away from the Lima Sierra Echo VOR, as we go into the VOR approach from runway 17 right, which is the CIVA Explorer. We've got the VN, which is the 108.2, which we're going to follow once we get down to Arbon. We're then going to make our way up to the 358 to the end. Then we're going to track it outbound onto the 355, much past there onto the RMI. Where we'll then wait to then intercept outbound onto the 168. We'll vector ourselves about. It will be 11 DME, which is our initial fix once we come through. 1475. As we're going to start through, then 3,000 feet at 11 DME. 6.9 as we come through, and now start to slow the aircraft up now to 280, which is checked. And all my markers from 1.26 to 9. 6.9 DME is where we start the descent. And you can see all my markers as we roll through. The minimum is going in is 1200. 1200, which is in. Everyone's slowly starting to descend now. We've got QNH at 1015, which we're going to get in at approximately 5,000 trend, so we're at 6,000, which will be set for us. As we now ride through past Montreal. Next fix coming through from there is going to be Lyon, and then we've got Lyon. 8 to 9, so we're going from 6 to 7 now, which is from Montreal to Molly, next 250. And we'll slow the aircraft right down now. Next 250 as we go rolling into under 14,000, so just around 4,000 away, 2 minutes to go. That's by 48 DME, which is going to be 45 DME, is basically where we might be under 14,000 feet. At the moment it's 12,000 above. So it's past 18,000 feet, get the approach checklist all in. Light rain.
Approach checklist, please.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness.
Check.
Seatbelts and no smoking signs.
Hold on.
Okay, so we're going to need max. Seatbelt signs can now go on.
Anti-ice.
Off.
Exterior lights.
Check.
Outer brake.
Maximum.
Radio INS switch.
Let's try to test we haven't got enough, but we have.
Hold on.
INS switch should be set there once we go
Flight
through.
director computer selectors.
Check.
Brake pressure.
Check.
Spoilers.
Which will be old.
Altimeters.
1013. Set and cross check.
Landing data, EPR and airspeed bugs.
Set and cross check.
Seatbelts and shoulder harness. Check. Fuel panel. Check. Fuel heat. Let's see.
Flaps
Okay,
1.
flaps 1 engaged.
Off. EPR computer.
Got
Lower
it.
out. Cabin altitude. Check. Circuit breakers. Check. Approach checklist completed.
Okay, so as we roll through now, from 9 to 1, as we were meant to put the last two fixes in. So apologies for that, as we just get the aircraft fully in. So we're going to be getting on for waypoint number 1. I'm just going to bring us in before the arrival, which is north 45122. And 4514. And she's checked. Waypoint number 2 is going to be north of 4517. And we've got east of 4534. And we should spin us in. That should then correct the problem. The aircraft will now go around onto this right hand turn. Just going to go for around 13,000 feet from Moni, and then we've got Robin, which the aircraft is now going to make the right hand turn for. 13,000 feet coming in as we're just holding in for 250. We've got flaps 1, which is engaged. As the aircraft now makes that right hand turn from the left side track, it's going to be the 16. 13 nautical miles to go. We just checked in. So 34 DME needs to come down for 220. Yeah, we're just going to hold in, we're going to keep heading on now as we'll vector ourselves all the way around and get the aircraft fully ready to come in. So as we come off onto the heading mode, we'll get the aircraft fully established as we roll through. Keep the aircraft there as we get ready to leave. And we'll get the aircraft fully set to go. So the 1082, which we've got in, which is on the next DME, which we're going to track inbound onto the NDB, which is currently just around 340, which is set. As we then start that descent, flight for 100, we can now start to come down 1,000, which is checked, down to 1,000 feet, 220, which is also in. As we can now start that descent down. And we're going to follow the NDB for the Vienna, which is the 108.2, so that's going to be the chunky needle on the RMI, as you can see. I'll just track it inbound to it. Once we pass it, we're going to head on to the 355, and then we'll vector ourselves ready for the approach. Coming in for the runway, we need the 168, that's coming in for the V1 approach. We've got 116, which is in NDB as we come through. Also see how far we are from the airport, which is 26 nautical miles. And the NDB now just around 335, so we can just ultra apply speed, then we'll go 336. 220, which is already in, that's coming down for 11,000 feet. Altitude select is on. By the time we come down for the runway, it's past 10,000 feet. See 31 nautical miles to threshold 17. As we're going to be slipping off the side along the runway. So once the NTB we come past, we see the RMI flick backwards, then we can flick on to the 355. We're going to track that outbound 240 on the RMI. When the RMI needle's pointing outbound to 240, that's where we need to be 31 nautical miles, flight level 100. So we're already coming down now, flight level 100. We're now for around 1,000 feet per minute. We'll turn this off so we can't see where we are. There's our last fix. As we're tracking now, we're just using the RMI to track whereabouts we are in relation to the VN, which is the 108.2. That's the chunky needle. Once the outbound needle hits 240, it needs to be at 100, which we already are. Then we can start our descent further down onto the runway as a holding 220. 355 we're going to roll into and hold for 10,000 feet now until we get 31 nautical miles away from the VOR 11475, which is the Lima Sierra Echo. So we're just going to wait for the RMI needle to start to get sensitive and push away. Once it does, we'll then go on to the 355. So we'll stay on this 336 course. As you see, the needle's moving just a little bit now. As we're going to get ready now to track. So once we fly past, we're going to swing onto the 355. Then once the RMI needle for the Lima Sierra Echo V1 for the airport hits 240, we need to be at 10,000 feet, which we're already at anyway. That'll be the 31 nautical mile point. So you can see on the RMI, it's just slowly starting to move to the left as we're getting closer to it. Once it swings backwards, we'll go to the 355 track. And then we'll start to configure ourselves up, ready for the approach in to intercept onto the 168. So you can see the RMI needle for number 2 is now starting to move away as we get ready for the 355 track. To 355 now, which is set. As our RMI needle moves to 240, which is the outbound, then start to configure ourselves as we're now going to rise down and get ready for the 168. And also see on the horizon we're going to put on the 355 all the way out. And then as we come through, we hit the 160 or the 169, so you can see we're on tracking all the way up. Now, onto that 355, then once we get parallel, so you can see the RMI needle, it's just moving its way slowly to 240, and that's where we need to be at 10,000 feet. Then we'll start to slowly maneuver the aircraft even further. We're doing the VOR approach as well, so we are going to be coming down on the arrival 3-degree glide path, and we're looking on 162, which is perfect for us today, as we're going to be taking in around 850 feet per minute. So if we check down here, we're looking just around in the middle between 500 and 1,000. It's 10,000 feet now. We can start to slow the aircraft, and it's descended down to 4,005. Once we become parallel with the airport and we run away from itself, as we get down to near 168, we're then going to turn east, and that will then bring us in from onto the 090, where we can then proceed to get ready to intercept onto the 168. As we pass through 9,000 feet, ready to go into the clouds, 5,000 feet. We're going to switch over the QNHs, which are 1015, and building will be fully established to come in. Light rain in the vicinity, we'll reset the METARs just to see. Light rain, broken clouds 5,000, humidity is 76, and we've got 10 on the temperature. So we can see the RMI needle moving now as we're now moving away from the airport. 220 max. We're not going to start the VOR approach until we are currently 11 nautical miles out from the airport. So we'll give ourselves an extra 5 nautical miles, give ourselves around 16 nautical miles, and then we'll intercept in, use the VOR lock to track inbound for the VOR, and then we'll just manually use the vertical speed to descend us down onto the runway. So the aircraft is pretty much fully established. We've got landing lights on, which are checked, just tell the cabin to be ready to go. Flight starts can now be turned on, which are checked. Packs and everything are all set. Pressurization, which is going to come in for 1015, which is checked. It's 1018. It says 1015, which is in and done. Passing through 6,000, so we go for 1015 now, switch QNH is back. Okay, 1015, which is also set and checked. Passing through 6,006, and come down for 3,000 feet now. You can see the RMI needle now for the airport, so VOR for the Lima Sierra Echo is just moving down past around 130 now. And as we're moving away from the airport, 11 DME is going to be for the initial fix on for the 168, and then we've got all of our references as we come through, 6.9, 3.71, and also got our altitude to DME reference from 6 DME. Looking for around 850 feet per minute. So as we now move on to the 090. Inbound course is the 168. It's going to be checked. Nautical miles. VOR lock can come in. As within 20 degrees time, the aircraft is going to interlock. There's a nav in for 3,000 feet, there's 1,000 to go. Holding in on flaps 1,000 to level off, so we're going to put in 200 on our speed, and open into a flaps 5.
Flaps 5.
Which is also checked and set. The approach is all done, we just need landing, which will be done when we get nearer. There's a VOR now coming in, those are coming down for 3,000 feet. Minimums which we're going to drop down to is going to be 1,200. And 6.9 DOE is where we are going to start the descent down. VOR locks in now to track in for the VOR, which we're going to track for the 168, which is set. As the aircraft now tracks forwards onto around the 140, it's just basically established itself, getting ready for the needle to come over. As we see, the range is not very nice as well. So there's a 168 coming in as we get the runway tunnel lights on as well. As we're not going to be very too far now on the approach. 11 DME now as we start to pass our initial fix, which is 11 DME, 6.9 we're going to start down, and then a 6 DME will be at 2,690 feet, descending down from around to 850 feet per minute. So we'll keep an eye on the reference for the altimeters. VREV coming in is 162. And the minimum, as we said, was 1200. As we've got 1200, which is going to give us a 442. Yeah, which is checked. 80 meters to go, so we get the aircraft fully established now, and also
Flaps 10. Flaps 20.
okay, flaps 25,
Gear down.
There's
Flaps
6.8,
25.
we need to start the descent. That's 400 feet, vertical speed can go on, start down at 1000, which is in.
Gears down, green light.
Okay, so as we come through around 1000 feet, gears down, green light. Flaps 30 can now be engaged.
Flaps 30.
As we come down for the 162. Max auto brake is in, so there's 162, hold 165. Can now start to come up on our speed for around 850 feet. And for DME, we are going to be 2050. And we can go for the landing checklist.
Landing checklist.
Gear.
Down and check.
Down and check. Flaps.
Flaps 30.
Flaps 30. Ignition.
Okay, so we just increase.
Flight start.
3 DME
And that's
1730.
Check.
Altimeters.
Okay, there's a runway.
1015. Set and cross check. Landing checklist completed.
Okay, landing check is complete. Runway is in sight. Disconnect auto throttle and autopilot. And now I have control of the aircraft.
1000.
Getting a little bit of rudder, just maintain the turn.
1000 level off.
Minimum is coming in from 404. Minimums continue. Down to Lyon guys, as we come in for the flight of the day. Speed brakes will get in just a few moments time, as it did get a little bit choppy down here to the end. I just managed to settle it down just in time, so we can now get ready to vacate. As we're going to come off taxi, as we can take this turning as we ride through. As I take the strobes off now guys, and get the landing lights all off. Cabin can be relaxed now as we come in for the arrival, and I'd like to thank you all for joining me today for the flight into Lyon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'm going to leave you guys with the landing cinematics. We'll retract the flaps and retract the speed brake. And I will see you for the next available flight on the channel as we get ready to go. So, see you all soon, guys. Stay safe.